First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Sali Shahsivari. I'm the managing director of Al-Furkan Islamic Heritage Foundation. It's a foundation based in London, headquarters in London. It has been established in 1988 with the main aim of surveying, cataloging and critically editing Islamic manuscripts around the world. As you know, the Islamic written heritage around the world is a very rich one. The number of Islamic manuscripts in the world is estimated between 3 to 5 million manuscripts, copies of manuscripts, of course. It is a very rich and diverse heritage that has been written for centuries, for decades, for years, all over the world, in many parts of the world. And one of those big contributors to this written heritage has been many scholars from the Uzbeki provenience, or what was known at that time from Transoxiana, or the country Mawara an-Nahr. Of course, indeed, the Uzbeki scholars from the Uzbeki provenience has offered a lot to the world in many fields of knowledge, starting from literature to medicine to astronomy, mathematics, and religious studies, and so on. As a foundation interested in the Islamic written heritage, we estimated in our world survey that the number of Islamic manuscripts that reside in this country is 40,000 plus. Today we heard that this number might reach up to 100,000. There's a lot of work done in this regard, but there's a lot remaining to be done in the future. As for the importance of this written heritage, many people would say that, these are old works, old manuscripts. Why would we study this old type of works? I would say that, first of all, by studying this heritage, as we say, without past there is no present, without present there is no future. It is very important to realize the fact that these societies and all these societies, all the cultures around the world, in one way or another, have contributed majorly to what we see today. So all the progress that we see in today's world is not a sudden result. It is an accumulation of knowledge, accumulation of many works and many scientific efforts that has been, gathered throughout the centuries. Hence, we are where we are today in terms of the sciences, advancement, technological advancement, and so on. This is one part. The second part, the importance in terms of the new generations, is the fact that by studying such an heritage, written or even the material one, it sort of encourages the new generations to be more productive. First of all, to appreciate the efforts that has been done by the previous generations, so that they could build on such efforts. And secondly, it makes them aware with the fact that this heritage and this civilization is a joint effort between different ethnicities, between different cultures, between different backgrounds, different religions, and all of them contributed to this civilization that we see today. And thirdly, and most importantly, such heritage creates, as we say, the sense of belonging. So it creates that feeling that we are part of this civilization that we see today, due to the efforts that has been undertaken in the previous times. Hence, we should be productive as well, and we should participate in taking further these efforts. On the other side, talking about the importance of the cultural heritage overall and the Islamic written heritage in particular in terms of nowadays world, let me start by saying that we live in a very volatile world. We live in a very strange times when every now and again we hear about clash of civilizations, clash of cultures. There are a lot of conflicts that we are witnessing in today's world. So hence the question comes, how could the cultural heritage contribute to making a better world? And there are many aspects that this written heritage can help us in this regard. First of all, the fact that by knowing such an heritage, we will come to a very clear conclusion that there is no clash of civilization, there is no clash of cultures, there is no clash of different peoples and different religions, but rather the main clash is the clash of ignorance. When people don't know, usually they say a person is an enemy of the unknown. When you know something, then you appreciate that, and you are more likely to engage with the other part and to discuss and to communicate and to dialogue. That is the very important part that the heritage can help us in bringing peace and bringing people together. Secondly, and most importantly, is the fact that by studying this written heritage, as I mentioned earlier, we will see and we will come to a conclusion that actually this heritage is a joint effort between people of all walks of life. So we will find that people of different backgrounds, different cultures, different ethnicities, different religions, they all came together at many points throughout the history, and then they left behind all their differences, and their main goal and focus has been the betterment of the society. What could they give to the society? How could they contribute so that they make people's life better, and they make it more easy, they make it more useful and more beneficial. Hence, this is another aspect that can teach us. We can learn a lot from this heritage as to move forward in today's world where, as I said, every now and again we hear this kind of contradictions and ideas. Regarding our connection and relation with this great initiative, I have to say that I've been very lucky and very happy, and it has been a great honor and pleasure really to be introduced to this unique project since the year 2018. It all started with a visit from a delegation from Uzbekistan, a very high delegation to our foundation in London. That's where I was introduced initially. Then I was invited at the Uzbek embassy in London. There was a small round table that took place somewhere, if I'm not wrong, in April 2018. Then I was invited to participate in a conference in St. Petersburg. I think it was the second or the third conference in the series of the conferences that happened. And ever since, our connection and relation grew and grew between our foundation and the initiative for preservation and popularization of the cultural heritage of Uzbekistan. I have to say that this is one of those unique initiatives. As a person who has been following and witnessing how this initiative grew, I can clearly say that within a very short time, very short period of 5 to 6 years, we have seen a major development, major increase of work, and major results in many volumes that have been published so far. I've been participating at least in 4 or 5 events so far, and it has been always a pleasure for me. It has been a very learning experience for ourselves, and we look forward. There have been some. We started to cooperate in few areas, few spheres, in terms of some events, joint events organized, and we look forward to much more cooperation in the future. There are some plans that we cooperate with some institutes here that hold Islamic manuscripts in terms of cataloging, in terms of surveying, and there is an idea of organizing a joint training course on cataloging of Islamic manuscripts. So I would like to use this opportunity to congratulate the organizers and those who stand behind this major project, and wish them all the success, and very much look forward to our long-term and fruitful cooperation with them. Being again following this project and being witness of many events, ever since this project started. What catched my eye and ear was the motto that this project has been undertaken, which is towards a new renaissance, and that is very interesting and very ambitious. And I have to say that from what we have seen so far, this goal has been really achieved, because at every event that we participate here, we can see more and more engagement of youth, of young people. That is very unusual, I have to say, and to be honest, because talking about the Islamic written heritage, or the written heritage in general, and the cultural heritage overall, is seen as something obsolete, as something old, as something anachronic, and so etc. The practice and the best example that we have seen here in Uzbekistan under the patronage of the Mr. President of Uzbekistan is very impressive, and therefore usually whenever I speak about this initiative I call it as a very unique one, because it is unique in many aspects. It is unique from the sense that it is completely supported by the highest representatives of the state of Uzbekistan, starting from the president, the ministers and academics and academias and institutions, and ending up with the participants, first of all, who represent a very diverse range of academics and institutions from all over the world, and the fact that in this initiative many young people are involved. So I have to congratulate the people of Uzbekistan and their representatives for these great efforts and great success, and wish them many more successes in the future. Well, as we are in this sixth Congress now, beside many other side activities that has been taking place, I have to admit the fact that this is not a usual Congress that takes place every year and repeats itself. My experience is that every Congress really comes with something new. It comes with a new dimension, adds something new. Beside the fact that in every Congress we see new faces, new institutions joining, new countries joining, and moreover we see more and more new works and results of this work that has been being done. As was mentioned today, and I'm witness of that, almost in every Congress and conference that is taking place, we are at least promoting or launching 10 new books, 10 new volumes, and launching another 10 new, which is a great success to be done within a range time of a year. So therefore, congresses and conferences of this type are very important, first of all, in the sense that they bring a lot of new dimensions, because every congress and every conference that I've been attending at least has looked at a new dimension, a new sphere, a new topic. Secondly, the number of participants and the new participants are increasing. And thirdly, and most importantly, is the fact that such type of conferences are continuously adding something new to their repository. So many future successes, many new conferences, hopefully successful in the future.